Today, Eastern Michigan over Kent State by a final score of 88-70. Joined courtside by Danny O'Banion. Happy New Year belatedly to you, Coach. And tough matchup against an Eastern Michigan team that likes to get up and down the court. They came in averaging about what they scored today in the high 80s. And I know at the game's outset you wanted to kind of hold that down. After a while, they kind of got the game back in their kind of tempo, didn't they?
They did a very nice job. I thought Eastern Michigan did a good job of being Eastern Michigan today. Our challenge today was Eastern Michigan forced us to play their style of basketball, and that's not something that helps us be successful. I do feel positively about our second half performance because we did some nice things. We out-rebounded them for the game overall. We were being out-rebounded at halftime. I thought we did a very nice job of getting free throw attempts. Now they need to be free throws made, but there were some good things to build on from the second half. It's just a lesson for us to understand how important it is to be that focused to the game plan and the scouting report from the jump ball.
Danny, it seemed like Kent State expended a lot of energy in that second half to cut it down to 11 on a couple of occasions and just couldn't quite get over that hump. And then once Eastern scored a couple of baskets after that, they pushed the lead back out. It didn't seem like there was a lot left there after all of that energy to try to battle back into the game. Sure,
and that's a very accurate observation, Dave, and that's my point in terms of how we start games. I think it's a very competitive basketball game if we can get addressed our transition defense, closing out to shooters, challenging those rhythm threes that they made in the first half. When you look at the box score, I think they had 6 made threes at halftime. They had 1 in the second half. So you think about, okay, if we can neutralize them from the three-point line in the first half, if we can not turn the ball over 13 times for 12 points in the first half, I think we have a different basketball game on our hands. But a lot of credit goes to Eastern Michigan. They did a really good job of putting themselves in a position to play to their strengths.
The full court pressure was a factor today. Eastern really kept that up all game and forced some turnovers there in the backcourt, Danny. That's tough when you have to give up the ball at any point, but especially on that side of the timeline.
No question. One of our points of emphasis today was making sure that they were not live ball turnovers. Eastern Michigan, for every game until today, has done an outstanding job of converting turnovers into points, and so that was a point of emphasis for us. Certainly, Michael having 7 turnovers in the game doesn't help us as one of our more reliable ball handlers traditionally. So we've got a lot of teaching film here to get ready and get better for a great Bowling Green team coming in here next Thursday.
Well, there were a couple of occasions, Danny, where you guys broke the pressure very effectively, and it led to some nice offensive opportunities. When that works, it looks very pretty, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you know, the good thing is up until this point has been mostly practice film that we've used for teaching in terms of the importance of spacing and making those easy passes against pressure. On Monday, we'll have some game teaching film of how we can effectively break some of the best pressure we've seen all year.
Well, Krista White, your freshman out of Dayton, 17 points, a career high today for her. Very active, 6 of 9 from the floor. Grabbed 3 rebounds, a couple of assists, couple of steals. 31 minutes for her today. It was kind of a coming out game for her today as a college basketball player.
Sure. You know, we talked about this earlier this week. I was telling someone that Krista and Larissa really found their voices since we've come back from holiday break. And, you know, it's not surprising internally that Krista performed that way today because she's really starting to come along. So that's encouraging. At the same time, if she's going to play 31 minutes, she can't turn it over 5 times. So we've got, like I said, we've got great teaching film, great game teaching film to get better.
Danny, we'll see you on Thursday night. As you mentioned, another tough opponent coming in here in Bowling Green. We'll hope for another good crowd like we had today, and we'll see you on Thursday night.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. Go Flashes.
All right.